Okay, this is on the Conder job, 55909. Still on 8, 3, and 4 by Jason. So, if you come down the stairs, we have this basement furnace right here. So, the new furnace will sit 2 inches from this 2x4 wall. I did that just so you can access the filter. So this trim you have to remove this trim as needed. There, so right here we have a filter grill. So we're going to remove the filter out of this grill. And here I just made a 6x24 to, sorry, that's supposed to be, yeah, 6x22 to 2x22, 90. It's gonna just go into the base here and just open it up to that wall. Obviously you're gonna have to seal it from the inside and stuff, but and we are moving the furnace back just a little bit, so the back of the furnace will sit 1 5/8 inch from the back wall. Right now it's 4 inches from the back wall, best I can tell. I did that just so this piece doesn't go backwards to that 90. Anyway, so I have a cut line right there. So you're probably gonna have to, I'm making mine slip, so you're gonna have to bend those drives to slips and put your duct in. Then I come 2 inches past this wall with our next duct. But anyway, so your furnace will sit on a 90, 8-inch base, 90 filter box, and duct just as it shows. So I have a new 90 on it, and to do that, this can only be 10 inches wide. So, I have a cut line, and you turn right here and just remove the whole drop and this piece of duct, which I believe goes back to the wall and has an end cap on it. Then we'll just connect onto right here. I'll show you that on a different drawing. Okay, so that's the top view of this piece. And piece number 6, a canvas, and you'll have to get all this on first because you can't put drives on this way because the wall's there, because it's going to be tight to the wall. So get this on down to there-ish. Well, all the way, I guess. It's going to be tricky. You may have to put this on and slide the whole thing in to your canvas. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be tricky getting it in, but it should go. Sorry, brain thought. Okay, so just as it shows, so this goes to a 90, and then I have a different paper. So this is a side view of the return air. So this right here is going to connect to this, and it's going to go tight to this back wall. And then we're going to have a 90. So I looked up inside the return, and the top of this duct is opened up to a return where that sheetrock is right there. So that's all return. So I'm giving you a little piece of panning in case you need to add it right there. and then just open up the top of R90 to that return there. And okay. Oh, and then the humidifier, our new duct's only going to be 10 inches right from the wall. So I made a 10 by 14.5 by 10 to 12.5 by 12 transition, so you can reinstall the humidifier. I made the back come out 2 inches from the wall, so you can still get a hand in here to take off the door. It's not going to be quite as well. I guess this pipe's not going to be there anymore. So anyway, with an end cap, so we mount the humidifier. Okay, combustion air not applicable. Vent, you're going to tie into the existing 2.5 inch PVC. So I gave you a 2.5 inch 45 and then two 2.5 inch couplings with two 2.5 by 2 bushings. I know in the past I couldn't get 2 by 2.5 inch bells or something. Anywho, that's what I did. So then just 2 inch PVC to the furnace. So your gas, so from the T right here, you're just going to add a 2 inch, a caulk with a 4 inch and a cap. Then from this existing caulk, you're going to add a new flex and give you a 2 inch, a 90 and a 12 inch into the furnace. Okay, on the heat pump, you're going to flush the 3/4, 3/8 line set. I'm giving you 18 feet of Rubitex, because outside we're moving the AC a little bit. I don't know if 12 is going to be quite enough. New big pad, so the pad is already on the job. I brought it with me today, so I'll put that on a separate rec sheet and just know that it's here. So Hayden, our electrician, is going to replace the disconnect. The new air conditioner will be on the left side of the disconnect, to be 3 feet from the panel. That's why I brought it here, the pad here, so we can reroute for sprinklers and stuff. So you're going to need to pull a new wire for the controls. So the homeowner wants to, first of all, you can see the main gas line, well, you might not be able to, is right there. That's where it comes in, and comes in this spur down all the way. So he said he's going off memory, but he said he thinks it's all open. So also under the stairs here, there's this hole where you can reach up inside I don't know if that's a thermostat wire or what. Oh, that's the doorbell. Anyway, he said you can reach up inside that fur down area. So what he wants to do first is try to tie on to the existing 2-wire and pull it through. And you know, I said, well, we can try that. It may break by the time we get it here, but that's what we'll try first. If that doesn't work, well, I'll go out there and show you at the AC in a minute. Thermostat, S40 thermostat. see, I haven't looked at the wires, so we do have 4 wires. Well, I guess, yeah, it's a given. Oh, I skipped the drain. So drain, we're gonna put on a new pump. I figured just reuse this electrical box here and wire that in. And I'll give you a hose clamp there. S40. Return air, remove the filter in the basement, return air. Humidifier, reconnect. I'll give you 2 90s and 5 feet of pipe. Power, reuse all. So we're just going to reuse this existing SSU switch and this thing here. All right. Just make sure when you cut your PVC here that you leave yourself a little bit so you can put it on the end of the 45, you know. Pausing, and we'll go upstairs. Oh, on the AC, the breaker panel is behind this door here, right here. Existing 30 amp breaker for the AC is okay right there. Kind of hard to read. And they've actually marked it air conditioner and crossed out that. So let's go outside. Okay, so outside, Lance wants to put on a cover for this here, and he might have to replace it because I don't see any screw holes, but I'll order one.
Just clip back in and there's a fitting that goes on the back.
I think the ones we carry have little screw holes in it.
It's not a big deal.
Oh.
Such a slow run.
I'll give him one. Anyway, electrician's going to replace this disconnect with the new one. Vern's already got the pad in and leveled. So check the level. I don't know if it is level, but it's close. So line set, you're just going to cut it as close as you can and run new Rubitex and line set over here. So make sure you have, you know, like 10 feet of 3/4 inch copper line set. That's it. Oh, on the power, so here's the gas line. So you might be able to drill a hole here, and I've given you 20 extra feet of PVC, so you can
Try to fish that cable through.
yeah, push the PVC through and try to feed your line set through that. And if those two don't work, then just have to cut a hole in the sheetrock to pull a new wire. That's it. Let him know before if you have to do that. Thanks.